shot there? No. Guess we'll come at it from this side. Hey, it's Mike. Spent some time doing some vacuuming, which probably would have been a good idea before I painted things, but you know, at least now I don't have to roll around in so much dirt. There's still plenty left. The acute observer, however, is going to notice that the front of this car looks awfully strange and very much different than how it looked not too long ago. And this is a perfect example of how guilt eats at a man when he knows he's not done the right thing. And the only way to get out from underneath it is to atone for your wrongdoings and do it right. And so that's why we've got the engine bay of this car in our body color now. So we don't have footage of that because I had a very short window of opportunity to get this done. However, the engine bay is color. It's going to be correct. Now it's going to look much better than trying to scab in a just some random black color in with our body, because there are no clearly defined transition points on this car like there are on some others. So I'm much happier going forward. And what this means now is that I can get some assembly started, and while I've got the engine out, there's plenty of stuff that I want to take advantage of that opportunity where I have lots of room to work and not going to be fighting, working around the engine. This type of stuff sucks, but there is zero shot of me putting some crummy old brake lines back in to a car that I just spent all that time trying to make nice. There's our favorite cleaning concoction. And we'll see. There's a lot of dirt here. If they're super rusty, I may make up a new line or two, but we'll see. We'll see how bad they are once we get through this grime. Stuff's not strictly necessary for a driving car, but I kind of like stuff to be clean. Make my own grime instead of putting somebody else's stuff back in. All right, that part's pretty well set. We'll set this aside and we'll get moving on. I think the next thing to get started on is the heat shield for the firewall. That way that's in, and then everything else go on top. Alright, gonna take a couple quick measurements to get our heat shield cut. I'm gonna end up focusing on this lower part of the firewall and into the tunnel, mainly just to see if we can block some radiant heat from the headers and the collectors, and then obviously the transmission sitting in our lap there, we're gonna block some of that heat as well. Not going to worry too much about this upper part for now. There's a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of big openings and holes, right, that kind of make it a moot point almost. So I think we'll come up to this crease here. Looks like a pretty good transition. So if I measure down to my bend, about, I don't know, 13. Just doing a little eyeball action. And then we'll go back to our transmission cross member, which is another 13, 26. We'll cut it a little bit long, and then I'll measure from here's about 12 back to the cross members, another 12, so 24. We'll just cut 2 pieces. For now, we'll just cut two pieces, 24 inches, and if I end up a little bit short on this side and the back, I'm not going to cry about it too much. It would probably help if I knew how wide I was cutting those slices, huh? I think we're gonna go 4 inches. 4 inches will leave me enough room here for tape edge. Maybe. You know what? I think we're going to go I think we might go with 3 inches. Three and a half. We'll go 3.5 on this side. And we'll go 3 on the driver's side. All right, that's better. Much better. All right. Let's see how our scissors do. pretty well as long as we're in the back of the throat there. As soon as we get a little bit up the blade, they kind of slow down. Go. Let's sit up a little bit, maybe, if I can. Okay. Took a while, but we've got all of our heat shield in place. Gonna go back around the edges, seal up the edges, seal up our seams with the heat tape. And yeah, you're not crazy. I'm wearing a different shirt. It's a different day. Tends to happen when you only get a couple hours at a time. But you do what you gotta do. There is one question still, and that's where I'm going to put the proportioning valve. Well, that valve ought to be fine. I mean, the brake kit came with one proportioning valve, but I mean, obviously it's got one. And until it proves it doesn't work, I think I'm inclined to use it. I may have to loosen that up to get the master cylinder put in, but we'll cross that bridge later. Okay. All right, let's call it good for tonight. I've got some grommets that I'm going to use to go through the inner fenders there for those outside brake lines, but they need some modification, so we'll come back another time.